today. From Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the... Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Taking it about the 1. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They're led onto the field by their big mobile quarterback. He can throw it, he can run it, Colin Kaepernick.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
A first down run here by Jones as he'll take it forward for a gain of about 4. The numbers for Jones last week: 23 carries, 99 yards, and a touchdown.
Are we playing old school football now? We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
That catch good for 5. It's third down. Now the former Washington Husky, here's Myles Gaskin. And Gaskin, I don't think he got there. No, they're going to mark him short. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. But he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Burrow. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 91 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy the defense has had better focus on.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. Flushed out right. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Here's Burrow. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now Kaepernick. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now an open man, that's the tight end Gesicki. It's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. To throw, Kaepernick. Escapes the sack. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Tyler Shelvin able to drop him for a loss of a couple. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now it's Burrow.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. It's complete to Fuller. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On 1st down, it's Jones. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Kaepernick. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
Well, partner, what do you think? It might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
56 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. The give is to Jones. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Kaepernick now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the 1st down.
It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Here's Kaepernick to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. 1 back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Kaepernick. This is caught. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop.
The ball mere inches from the white line on 3rd and goal. Jones.
And Jones is not going to have the 1st down as they stop him short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll run it with Jones. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
So 4th and goal, their head coach gave that offensive line one more chance to punch it in, and this time they were successful.
They certainly paid off the coach's confidence, didn't they? And how about the fact that they stayed with the ground game? Because a lot of times in that situation, partner, we see teams try and roll the quarterback out, give him a little run-pass option, and treat it like a 2-point conversion play. In this case, they went with a little bit more power and got it done.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Thomas. And able to get this out to the 25.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Escape, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Jalen Phillips.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. 2nd and 20.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow, he gets this in the hands of Mixon. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah picks up his second sack of the afternoon. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong, only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turn into a heck of a DB, though, partner.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Kaepernick going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Parker. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to go down. It's a sack on Kaepernick. Colin Kareem. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll run now with Gaskin. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but then may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals.
And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Airing one out for Boyd. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, his arm strength, never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, Sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
And this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Eluding the pressure right. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick.
And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, Kaepernick.
Finding Gaskin underneath.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Chris Jones now as he's on to punt for Miami. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense.
He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow, open man is Uzama. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. First down, here's Burrow. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Now it's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzama.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Thomas. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. From midfield now, Burrow.
He'll air this one out for Boyd. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again.
Picked off, Byron Jones.
And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one.